a membership and also a mentorship, which is offering all the courses Tanya has created and will create on magic, medicine, ritual practices, currently including the Energy Body Demystified, the Foundation to Healing, $888 unlocked. Soliciting Solitude, a growing meditation library, normally $111 unlocked. Along with Love the Skin You're In, Become Heart-Centric, and this mini-series, normally $222. A Witcher's Way to Manifesting, Monetizing Your Medicine in this 40-day immersion to manifestation, $397 coming February 2023. Uncovers Secrets of the Other World, the Elemental World, the Gateway to the Imagination, the Shaman's Portal, and so much more. Also coming soon, normally $444. Voices of the Other World, a follow-up to Secrets of the Other World, connecting with the beings of the unseen world who can assist us so that we become an ally, working with them to align in a new way of being. Normally $777 coming soon after Secrets of the Other World, part of the mentorship and membership offer. This opportunity also comes with a private community, a village to commune and ask questions, private group on Facebook, and a shaman village in the portal. Over 11 recorded sessions, video and audio, written materials to support you, numerous meditations and rituals as well, and an experiential opportunity. And the bonuses are amazing. Bonus 1, the first 20 people to sign up get a free 15-minute intuitive divination session with me, valued at $75. Bonus 2, all members are going to get Soliciting Solitude free, valued at $111. This $1,296 value is only $55 per month for membership access for the next 4 days only. Monthly mentorship access is separate. I am adding so much more to the Shaman Healing Academy, including monthly group sessions, soul support, rituals, and more. Sign up today and you will get an email from me with more details. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Isn't that super juicy? Inshallah and ashe. Welcome to a Freaky Friday. Streaming a little late today. And to all my replay and live stream viewers, I do have a thoughtful show for you today, but I'm grateful to have you here. So while we're waiting for people to hop on to the show, the live stream, it's all about cultivating our mind, a positive mindset, an attitude reprieve, possibly our thoughts, observing our thoughts as they float by, possibly in the clouds or the cloud line. So what have you put in the stratosphere around yourself, in those energetic fields? The stratosphere, our causal field, our mental clarity, acuity. So do you have boundaries around your thoughts? Are they the instigator? Or do your thoughts literally run the show? And have you analyzed, or are your thoughts paralyzing, or possibly your thinking patterns? Or do you have boundaries around those not so favorable ones, those patterns? Maybe you've come to a little self-realization how your thinking has been affecting or being affected by not having any spheres at all, or how your spheres have holes in them due to your thoughts. You know, it is a mind game. The mind is a tool that likes to play, but it does need a hell of a lot of boundaries. So we often limit ourselves, those self-imposed limitations to our growth and our progress, due to our preconceived ideas or biases that we have decided on for ourselves. And in doing so, it might just be a great idea to consider placing some boundaries around our thought processor as to not let them run amok, going off in multi directions in what's probably most of the time a negative Nelly, a negative way. So this is our mental clarity station, the solar plexus, that needs some energetic boundaries as well. And the tool for the mind, or that ruling energy, is Mercury, which is moving into the season of Scorpio. So we're leaving our mental clarity of our thoughts about how we relate, Libra, what we are open up to in those conversations. So you may feel the opening, the accepting, or even the ability to receive and take in relationships and manifest them into reality, to take form, thoughts taking form in what a relationship should feel like, be like, stream like. So often, sometimes it's a little bit challenging, especially if we've been mismanaging. So it may feel that way. And if you feel like it and you are up for it, I would actually reminisce about the season of Libra. Go back and listen to some of the snippets on the Libra season, those replays, and reminisce literally about all the things that you've learned in the season of balancing and harmonizing our throat center, if you will, and those relationships. See how far you've actually come to setting the foundation, creating sacred space. That's what we're kind of placing right now up to this moment, streaming differently. And we all have the tools in our toolbox, creator created. But what's the kicker? Holding the note, the tone, the streams of love, kind of like the streams of grace, the love that we have for ourselves, initiating that self-love. I'm so great. I kick ass. I'm so grateful for the magical being that resides within me. I am doing great. That's my motto, right? With that, if you are new to my live streams or my show, welcome to what I call the Daily Snippet. Once again, I am your host. I'm a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. But I do go by the term holistic shaman medium, which is a merging of it all, coined by my friend Rich while I was in Mongolia in 2018. But my intention is to utilize these indigenous technologies along with the elemental realms, our original divine blueprint, to navigate our soul's harmonic through these realms, the elemental, the imaginal, into and through the shaman's portal, that gateway, the 8th energetic center, which is open right now in the season of Scorpio, along with the subtle realms, the cosmos, and so much more, with offerings, prescriptions, and ritual, the otherworldly kind, I might add, to really add to the sauce of your main stage ingredients, your personal container, your personal medicine, your prime directive, really just assisting you in discovering, navigating what that inner genius, your personal medicine is, the star that I uniquely believe we all are, really reintroducing you to that magical essence, the being that resides within, so that your light shines or exudes even brighter and lighter, possibly. My name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channels, please do, YouTube or otherwise. I'm out there, right? Tanya D on YouTube. Well, hello, Prince Ben. Happy to see you there. Tanya D on YouTube, or my Musing with Tanya D podcast. These are my otherworldly insights, out for your musing pleasure, I should add. The season of Scorpio, we have Hades, we've got Pluto in the house. And we're setting the stage, the shaman's portal, our soul star, the 8th energetic center, the mystical, the magical. This is my playground. But let's also give a big shout out to the community, the village, new subscribers as well. And to those of you that have been part of my journey since the beginning, ashe and aloha, right? Gratitude to you as well. And also for those of you that are tuning into the replay. And also, if you don't mind, hitting the bell button so you're notified. I guess it's a white button now. And just remember, a comment or a share does get you a message for your day to get you on your galactic way. And being that it's the weekend, the weekend show. And with that, you know, it does help with this algorithm. It's always echoing out and changing. So that is what it is. So my show is usually about insights of the other world, the elementals, the world of spirit, our subtle energy centers, the chakras, the cosmos, and so much more. But you can also find me again on other social channels like TikTok, Instagram, and of course Facebook, where I multi-stream. However, if your soul is nudging you, possibly dragging or kicking you, screaming, to dive on deeper into the realms of the other world, head on over to my corridor, my musing corridor. This is actually a digital library in the sky. I'm using differently now, but it's a venue where you do have some amazing options and opportunities to assist you and guide you. However, I am opening up the Shaman Healing Academy. It's going to be very otherworldly. That is coming soon, so you can be on the wait list for that arrival. But it does have a private sacred circle. I literally called that the Sacred Spirit Circle. This is a community, a village to utilize as well. I am your otherworldly shamanic assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we do have those energetic hiccups, and we need an otherworldly life coach to assist us, to really get us just out of our own magical way. So with that, just a few announcements, and of course our options here. We've got a blazing heart. We've got a lung. I'm going to call that the energetic lung. And we also have our eclectic mind online. So those are your options to choose from for the gravy of the cards. But just a few announcements with that. Speaking about replays, the replays from the Rising of the Origins are still on the highway until November 1st. That's next Tuesday. And then they're off on their own otherworldly adventure. That was my free 3-day immersion in case you missed that show. You still have time to join and watch the show, and there's some gifts in there as well, including the inner smile meditation, just lighting up our inner world. And for my intuitives and psychics, actually, honestly, we're all intuitive and psychic. We all have these essences, these ingredients inside of us. They're so juicy and awesome. But change your stars. That's also still on the highway again until November 1st. So I got a lot happening here. So jump on in, take the quiz. In that portal, there's like 12 videos, I think, in this immersion, handouts, workbooks, all the juice. Plus, you could play with yours truly, me, on the stage. So who doesn't want that? I'm kind of quirky. And can you also believe that the year is already going to be streaming into November? With that, I do have the energetic cleansing meditation coming in, I think, on the 5th, the first Sunday of each month. This one's dedicated to Jeremiel, the otherworldly angelic being of the season of Scorpio, along with our Shamans portal. I mean, I don't know where I'm going to go with that, but it's on the highway. And I do have my Otherworldly Insight podcast, which is the angelic being of Scorpio. So if you're going through the cobwebs of your cosmic closet, I would call in this angelic being. Call him in if you feel like doing a physical life review, not a transitional life review, totally different polarities. It's like, how do you love? How do you forgive, etc.? And are you self-loving? Are you self-loathing? Are you self-forgiving? Are you self-sabotaging? So maybe you just need some assistance with your in-world life review. Those ghosts in the darkness, that's what I call them. They're usually our shadows. But we've got the mercy of the Great Spirit, the Goddess Universe source. And these beings, these angelic beings, are online all season long. However, I just feel like they're percolating a little more during their energetic season that they're in. Just more in that season, they're more in alignment. And also on the horizon, lots of stuff is happening in my ethers. Soween, the Sabbath holiday, or the Sabbath holiday, is also streaming. The veil is thinning. So what are you doing for this year's Sabbath, the pagan holiday? What rituals do you do? So with our greatest asset, or our worst nightmare online today, the mind is a gift. It's a tool. Depending on which asset we use, what tool. So it's going to be in hyperdrive today, possibly into the lands that no being has ever gone into before, the all or the nothingness. The mind sometimes trips over itself, saying something we should have thought twice about before opening our mouth. It's kind of like thinking before you speak at a client that would speak and think about it later instead of the other way around. Either way, right? But being in the season of Scorpio, there's these secrets hidden under the rug. They may just come out, right? Being that the mind has those two diversities, it's like its own university, college, or high school diploma, or grade school, whatever. Honestly, I think it really doesn't matter where you think or believe your mind is at. It's our intellect, it's our ideas. The mind needs a hella lot of boundaries. So where does your mind start and where does your mind end? Exploring these tides of our mind, often we hold our thoughts in a container, what we really think about all the things, that inner voice in our own personal sacred garden. And other times we allow our mind to go off amok like a ticking time bomb mind blow thing, saying things that really go against the flow of our heart, our sacred heart, and along with our soul. So it's like, what are these boundaries for the mind? Well, anything really, these invisible, intangible rules that really keep our mind from going off on its own pathway, disrupting the flow of the rest of our own unique essence, our star. And in our modernity, because we're in a modern world now, how often do you allow your mind to go amok, vomiting spew in your inner world, your inner life, the voice inside of you? So if you can utilize your heart, your feelings to kind of collaborate along with your soul, these ingredients, like what thoughts feel safe, what are healthy, loving thoughts that go down beyond the bones into your soul. So the mind really does need a job. I may need a new mantra myself. I am doing great. I've been hanging on to that thread for over a year now, and so are you, right? So if your mind starts to spew or kick off in a temper tantrum, literally count down from 10 to 1 or 5 to 1, because you're giving the mind a job, something to do, especially if it's spewing. The mind then has a boundary, a job to do with no spewing. It's given guidance, direction. So our mind is kind of like an overseer, often not seeing information from the rest of us. And our mind can really ignore how we feel or what our heart is guiding us or telling us. And if it pairs up with our ego asset, that it totally overrides the entire cosmic sphere, the community, the village within ourselves. So we have a lot of asshats happening. So things you committed to or decisions you've made kind of gets us into some kind of swanky situations. And then what happens then is when we lead with our heart and what we feel, then the mind is like stirring the cosmic soup. The ego, Mars, initiates the kickoff. So it's kind of like a shift stir. So as you collaborate with your inner voice, that inner voice dialogue, being mindful of your thinker, your thoughts, like what thoughts are you thinking, that your law of attracting that belongs and what thoughts do not. So the frequency that we are frequenting, thought carrying sound vibration too, by the way, telepathy, that's what I call that, a little bit of psychic spying or remote viewing. That's something that's out there. But using our heart's vibration as a guide, our own GPS system, really frequenting. So where do we need a little initiation, a new boundary, a new rule around our thoughts, our mindset, our thinking, those thought patterns? What do we want to leave, and what thoughts do we want to come in? So there's this cosmic percolating tool coming on throughout the day. So kind of pay attention to where your mind is frequenting and those thoughts, and put your hand on your heart. Do a countdown. See if they resonate or not. Okay, so our options, there you got. And on the elemental highway, this is one of my favorite days. I just want to say that out loud because I am a young wood tiger daymaster. So this is great for me. Percolating, it's like, woohoo. So I guess I get a little extra excited. But this is ideas, it's visions, it's creativity, it's Jupiter. Yaya Yen. So in the month of the dog, though, this week's our day is solid, but it's kind of weak due to the roots being rooted. Our day is rooted in those two tigers. It's like at the top of the crest, so it's not deep rooted, by the way. And in the season of the dog, this is when nature, the young metal, is trimming down our tree. All our trees. That's a lot of young wood. This is a very young outward day, by the way. So we should probably go doing some inward stuff. But the fire, the wood, the metal is creating it in like firewood, making it something useful in the harvest, the fall, or an amazing table, some wood art. You know, there's lots of great people that do such cool shit with wood. Like, it's amazing, right? However, our day is, we don't want our day really dry and parched. We need water. So a river is needed, the yin water. On the yang metal on the month, that's great because it's doing the job. It's pruning the trees, tidying them up for the winter, creating the fire. You know, everything has a purpose. We've got the axe doing some pruning. But yin fire is also needed, like a warm candle, to keep the yang metal's blades sharp and refined. So metal really is the asset for our day. We do have lots of nature that needs pruning for the harvest. It's also the mind, the intellect, decisions, managers. But remember, of all of the elementals, a yang wood day master, just the top there, the tiger just adds to it, needs all of the elementals for balance. So a tree needs all of the elements. It needs fire for warmth, the sun, oxygenation, you know, it's a give and take, but metal. We do have a lot of trees and nature energy there. The water nourishes, feeds our day. So we need all the elements for a young wood person to actually shine their light. But stones, air, clouds, metal, spicy foods are metal, breath work, the lungs, the large intestine, releasing. And on our month, we do have a charismatic day in the neighborhood. So this is like effortless talents, becoming famous, having confidence, courage, charisma. Like, what do you associate charisma with? You know, it's over the top of the charts today, by the way. Kind of curious, the energy of it. And we also have on the year, we've got what's called the poet. It's at a lower vibration, but nonetheless, it's still there. So these are sensitive feelings, empathy, inner feelings, expressing emotion through ballads or words. So we kind of have this charismatic poet, maybe an artist who sings ballads. That's always what I see. I always see the Witcher dude, the dude in The Witcher that plays the little guitar and sings ballads of The Witcher. So just musing there. So with the messages, since the mind is online, I did go with the muse today. So your options, once again, here we go. We've got a wonderful little flaming heart. We've got our lungs, the breath work there, and we also have the Electric Mind happening. So with that, a little sip of coffee. Because of course I haven't had enough. Ha ha, just kidding. So what are you going with? I don't know. Should we go with the mind first? Well, let's do that. Let's go with the eclectic mind first. And what do we have here? The 10 of emotions. It's like, do we love and trust what we're feeling and trusting and loving our feels? What do we feel with the moon in Sagittarius? Maybe you were feeling adventurous. Maybe you were feeling a new emotional belief, where a belief brings a new emotion, a sensation, a feeling. So emotions are the moon. So it's a feeling day to love the feels and trust the feels. But the key here is to create those celestial, otherworldly, divine love knots. Happiness, fulfillment, maybe a spiritual awakening, family, the village, the community, joyful and meaningful connections, emotional completion, maybe feeling complete, being in congruency, having a connection with the universe, the heavenly universe, with others in love and streaming in loves. I think it's about manifesting that, bringing the emotional tidal waves of love into the physical. So you can see, or maybe you can't, there's a ritual dance on the stage. That's what those little otherworldlies are on the card. Manifesting of our hearts and love, the 10, manifesting those emotional threads, doing the dance. It's the unity of souls and minds and a cycle of completion coming to the fruition, like birthing when our hearts are aligned, singing and dancing and stepping together. It really is a village dance. I'm just saying that. Celebrating the whole universe, one giant love, the connection, feelings of joy. So this type of community, this village, the bliss is so intoxicating. So it's this energy of many, and it's greater than the energy of one, right? It's the ancient, it's the ritualistic dancers, it's the indigenous. This always reminds me of being with Malodoma, by the way. But just know that when you connect with a group of like-minded people or like-hearted souls, for this kind of vibrational healing, we then connect with source with all of the energy that's going to forever amplify our ability to love and really seek community, a village connection. So just know that this message, it means it is on its way. So enjoy the high frequency, the vibration of the movement, and feel into that emotional outpouring of faithful, heartfelt alliances, support. We then become flooded with love, and our only task is to literally soak it in like the sun, taking it all in. And then we shine our essence. We radiate bliss. We create phrases that the mind's online, and our heart opens wide. We trust the tides. Maybe we're a little more loving to our inner world. The muse is online, inside voice, right? So it's a heart opening, trusting, loving, manifesting message of celebration. So I'll take that. It's like the universe is streaming it in because it is otherworldly, right? Now, if you chose the heart, the frequency of the heart, you've got the Ace of Inspiration, which reminds me of the sun. It kind of matches my picture behind me in a weird way. Oh boy. So this is about loving our thoughts, our inner voice, invocations that spark. It's positive new beginnings. It's fresh inspiration. Again, sparking opportunities, new cycles of manifestation. This is quite curious, actually. I just realized every card has 0 and 1. That is hilarious. We're not even there yet, but this is a day of manifesting our heart. Wow, that was like huge epiphany just now. But this is like otherworldly hopes. It's our dreams. It's our visions, creative downloads, pushing through blocks, the illumination of ideas, maybe the intellect's impassioned. So it's a message, it's pulsing with electricity, tons of inspirited ideas, the rainbow bridge, right? Shining down into the imagination of self and others and offering passionate beginnings. It's bright otherworldly musings, by the way. So all this creative energy, this fuel, is something that we need in a way to bring our new experiences to the surface of our physical reality. So one of this muse's favorite places is actually to roam in the desert. And if you think about a desert actually holds a lot of magic as well, beauty in the sands of time, if you will. But it's a place often where people mistake it for being empty, sterile, stark, I don't know, emptiness for the nothingness. But I think it's a reminder that there's beauty everywhere, the potential to create energy. It's everywhere. It's lush. It's vibrant. especially when we are looking for it. So this kind of finds us waiting on the cusp of our desires, ready to incite wild joy, the passions, deep passions manifesting. So she's kind of whispering in the winds out to us so that we're going to sing our own song, which is inspired by the divine, the consciousness, creating our own inner fires and allowing our flame of inspiration to burn fire and lighter and brighter and stronger, and just having all that intensity needed to keep it going, right? Because sometimes we create things and if you don't have that fire, it burns out and then your success is limited. But this is going to light the way to our success. So it's an opposing thing. So invoke or pronunciate words like speak to me, speak to the elements, speak to the sun, the flame, the creativity, the fire, and bless your names. Just state your name out loud, right? So bless myself, Tanya D. And when we pray, this muse is going to be there. And springing from this inspiration, the prayer, that's when the messages come in. Divinely orchestrated. How magical is that? But I'm still in awe. I just recognize that. You'll get why in a minute. Okay, so if you chose the lungs, our final message, also a 10. So I'm telling you, every card has a 0, a 1, or a 10, like every one of them. So this is our inner world to our outer world. This is like amazing. Just saying that out loud. But this one is the will. The will is also a 10. So this is when our heart loves it and we trust it. We manifest it. So we are doing this teeter-totter between loving and trusting today. The messages, trusting and loving, that's the key to manifesting, actually. So it's like energies, attract like energies, and we raise the vibe, not just of our tribe, but of actually our manifestation, beaconing and beaming and becoming real in reality, all not just 2 tons, but a 0 and a 1. So that is the love that we're pouring into whatever it is we're manifesting. So one's in our emotional foundation, the other's in the other world, and one's like in our inner world. So holla, what a great way to kick off the weekend. I'd say it's a lucky time to move ahead. We've got fate and destiny, spinning the wheels of fortune, the ups and the downs of life, the Ferris wheel even. Maybe unexpected timing and cycles of change. Maybe we need some serendipity. But, you know, we've been there before. The ups and the downs, the moon. I like that this card has the cycles of the moon, by the way. The galaxies in there. But no one, not even the muse of the will, like we all go through this. No one's really learned how to love to the fullest, to the maximus, without experiencing the absence of satisfaction from time to time as the wheel turns, right? So, you know, learning to enjoy all these stages and phases and accepting that we're going to rise, we're going to fall within the wheels and the cycles of energies, the seasons, the cycles of life. So she loves to spin the wheels of fate for others. It kind of reminds me of Maleficent. I like Maleficent, just saying that. The spinning wheel, like when she's going to cut herself and go into a dream state, right? But, you know, knowing that we go through difficult comforts, memoirs, memories. We do have karmic discomfort. All of it can be healed. So she's gifting us the seeds, planting the seeds, which is awesome in the season of Scorpio, planting seeds for our own fate, our own serendipitousness. But she's bidding us to carry them with us so that we can plant our lucky opportunities along the way, like breadcrumbs. In return, she's asking us to seek our good fortune with fire, knowing that our destiny is kind of bubbling with positive magic. I'm telling you. If it lies dormant, it is ready to be found. So it really is about following these breadcrumbs of laughter, love, poetry, because they're within each and every one of us, within our reach. And sometimes the seeds of serendipitous, they kind of wait dormantly until we seek them out. And the waves of synchronicity also get into the flow. They get noticed. They must be noticed, not really caught. So this really is a day to bring the magic in and in through streaming it through the weekend. Man, that was awesome. So the solar plexus is online, streaming through the portal, the shamanic portal, or the other way around from our solar plexus to the shaman's portal. So we do have options. If you're into color, we've got silver, black, the portal. There's another color. I want to call it violet, muted. I don't know. I can just see it in my peripheral here. And also yellow, the solar plexus. So we got a combo, kind of feels like a fern, a fern green or a deep yellow porridge green. I don't know what green I'm seeing, but I see a green. It's a muted green with black, but it's pretty awesome. Honestly, I think it's Egyptian green. I bet that's it. Okay, and also the sound of the channel of the ROM space. The sound of metal is also great. And we do need some metal for our day, forging and pruning our ideas, especially our mind. Setting the stage of our inner voice conversation. Maybe you've been telling yourself some little white lies or stories that you tell yourself. So erase those magnetic electric thoughts, clear them out, especially if they are creating disturbance. Your patterns generally hold us back, whether they're beliefs or thoughts, by the way, or feelings even. Just lining the path with limited thinking. So we do have brilliance when we light up that sage, our sacred space, creating brilliant sacred space. I see the brilliance in the cowrie shell divinations. That's why I went off on that tangent. So we do have endless ideas. We've got unlimited potential. So really observe your conversations, the inside voice, that inner voice. Like, what do you say to yourself? And really know that the key to access is love. Love in our threads, elevate those threads. So what do you think of yourself, and what does it ring true to your heart space? Maybe you do need a new attitude, a new perspective. Maybe you need to get to the mountain and get a new perspective. Self-love, loving thoughts, a new attitude, inner dialogue, those conversations. So I would affirm that I'm really cleansing my thought cauldron, because we're in the season of the witch, right? And create some sacred space for your own thought processor, your thinking, and just up-level those thought patterns. And be sure to check out the Percolating Brewing Corridor, and I will see you for Hallows Day, so Wayne, Monday. So make it a magical weekend, my gods. I think it's going to be great. Just saying that. All these cards. But yeah, we're going to manage our mind. Okay. Ashe, thanks for tuning in. See you, Prince Ben. Thanks for joining my show.